Hi, this is Mark, and this is my journey through tarot. And the question is, who said it concerning Archie? Who said it? Who wondered, the question? And we're going to see if it was one of the senior royals. And now officially the senior royals, as far as I can figure out, and Google can only do so much, but 1 through 8, it looks like they run the Queen, Charles, Camilla, William, Kate, Andrew, I don't know, Edward, and Sophie, and Anne, which is 9. But Andrew is iffy, and then we didn't even mention Philip. So there you go. So what I've done is I've broken them down into 4 groups. And the 4th video is going to be Andrew and Philip. Okay, so this is the last part of the 4-part series. And this is going to be, the question is, who asked? Who is the one who had the question about Archie before he was Archie? You know what I mean? So we're going to use the Thoth deck. This deck can be a little severe, and but they're amazing cards, and again, beautiful art. So I don't mind laying them out so that we can enjoy them for a second, and also helps to get them kind of mixed up. And now we'll see what comes with 3 cards each for Andrew and Philip. Andrew had a name when he was young and free and doing all the things that Harry was doing when he was young and free that William seemed to be able to avoid, and that's all the partying. And as a matter of fact, he was called Randy Andy. Randy Andy. So, and it looks like he lived up to his name if current accusations are to be believed. I'm surprised nobody's dug that out of the news pits archives to run again on the news, Randy Andy. But anyway, so that's who we're going to talk about. And then also Dad, Prince Philip. Well, he was a Greek prince without a country, actually, when he was a young man and came into the eyes of this royal family. And his uncle Mountbatten, who, that's not even their name, but that's another story, but is the one that sort of guided him along, and what a beautiful romance it was. But in the first part of their marriage, he and Elizabeth, he took a long Australian cruise and on the royal yacht, and apparently, if rumors are to be believed, had a pretty good time for those several months that he was gone. So, and it said that he had an eye for the ladies. So, what of these two? Let's take 3 cards each for Andrew and Prince Philip. 1, 2, 3. That's Andrew. And now we're going to see about Prince Philip. What's going on with you, buddy? Prince Philip. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Philip will save you for last. Andy, was it you? Did you ask about the kid? Okay, so this is the Knight of Swords. And so the Knight of Swords is really charging in with, and I usually refer to these as truth and justice, but just knowing the issue that he is, he is probably fighting his own battles right now. And I wonder if this was much of a concern to him at all, to tell you the truth, because he's been struggling to keep his kids in the royal benefit of some sort. I don't think they're paid, but he has fought to keep them as princesses. So that's the first card out. The second card out is then the Emperor. And the Emperor is self-involved and worried about what's going on, and seems to be in charge of everything. And I really think that's where he sees himself right now for his little wing of the family. I think that's what's on his mind right now. And then the final card for this is going to be Disappointment, which is the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups is on the outside, usually, trying to get in. And in this Thoth deck, it's clear disappointment. So, yeah, I don't think it was Andy. Randy Andy, I think it's safe. Now, Prince Philip. This could be a loose cannon. So let's see. First card up is Dominion. Wow, that's strong. And this is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands usually speaks to us of making plans. And my God, his whole life has been one big plan that's been laid out ahead of him for the Dominion. And I think he even felt like that marriage in the early days took his I don't know if I want to say freedom, but took something away from him, because he was a man without a country, but he was a prince in his own right, which he had to give up that princehood, give up that title to marry Elizabeth. Second card out of this then is the Six of Cups, and this is described in this deck as pleasure. And the Six of Cups is really, just overflowing with happiness. And I think, that's where he was at this point in his life, just happy with what was happening. And then the Queen of Discs is the final card. And the Queen of Discs is holding on to value and keeping yourself in charge. And if you consider the rank of this family, I mean, he was the queen. Queen Elizabeth was is the king, and so he falls second to the king. And this was all about his security, because he had none when he was a young man. He spent his young life as a young man just floating from one generous relative to another, even though he had that prince. You had to Google that if you don't know about it. So yeah, I think he's got much more important things on his mind than this, in his opinion, anyway. Yeah, I think probably both Randy Andy and Prince Phillip were too self-involved to swat this fly off their shoulder. So, no. Well, my name's Mark. This has been my journey through tarot. Lori, that was a great ride. Thank you for asking that question. And that was been part 4 of a 4-part series. If you're only catching this piece, go back and get the other 3, because they were amazing. Ciao for now.